What's up, guys? Jeremy Black back here again, door-to-door sales. I'm going to talk about door-to-door roofing sales on this one, okay? I'm going to go over a couple of things that I do that's made me pretty successful in this business. You know, working for a couple different companies, owning my own roofing company, and getting most of my deals, most of the sales that I have, and most of the money I've made have come from going door to door. I know there's a lot of people that frown upon it. I know there's a lot of people that think that it's some kind of sleazy job or whatever. And for the most part, honestly, 99.9% of the people that do this profession are a little bit sleazy. You could go on YouTube right now. I was doing it last night, looking up, you know, door-to-door salesmen and listening to some of their pitches and listening to some of the things they do. And it's pretty sleazy. It's a little dishonest. It's a little stupid, in my opinion. But I want to talk to you in this video right here. I really do hope this helps even some seasonal guys, some new people, and maybe if you've been doing this a long time, or maybe you've been doing it for a short time. If you've been doing this for a little bit of a time and you kind of hit that ceiling, I think this is going to be one of those videos that helps you kind of push through if you do the door-to-door, you know, roofing or door-to-door solar or any of those things like that. Okay, so you know, whenever I go door knock, you know, there, especially when it comes to roof sales, understand there's 4 parts that have to happen before you get that commission check, before you know you got a deal. All right, and there's steps, right? It's just like walking up you're walking up a flight of stairs. It's only 4 steps. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you can't get to step 4 without stepping on step 1. You can't get to step 3 without stepping on step 2. You have to do each step to its fullest before you can go to the next step. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm saying it like that, okay? Because a lot of people that go door-to-door knocking and door-to-door sales, and especially in the roofing business, you know, a lot of the pitches and things are complimentary roof inspections, which they are. They're complimentary. They're free. You can get, you know, anybody can do it. Anybody can get up there and look for hail and wind damage, and they're complimentary. You know, they don't cost the customer any money for you to jump up there and go do that. But I know for a lot, I've just in my experiences and watching some of the, you know, some door-to-door salesmen and stuff, they predetermine something before they even do the inspection. You know, they knock on the door and they get that rebuttal and they're deflated. They you know, even though the person at the door might be like, yeah, it's free, go ahead, I'm not filing a claim, I'm not buying a roof. Well, some salesmen are completely deflated at that point. There's, oh, I'm doing a free inspection. Well, you can't look at it like that, because again, you can't do step 2 without doing step 1. You can't do step 3 without doing step 2. You can't do step 4 without doing step 3. Okay? So the very first step is the inspection. And anybody that's ever been to the door with me, and I don't know if anybody's going to be seeing these videos, but anybody that's ever worked with me before, or even gone to the door with me before, I don't care what the rebuttal is. The one that cracks people up is the when I knock on the door and somebody says, well, my brother's a roofer, or my uncle's a roofer. You know what I tell them? Awesome. I tell you what, let me look at it real quick and I'll let you know if you need to call them. Because guess what? I can't get to step 2 unless I do step 1. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the rebuttal is. It doesn't matter. Okay? And understand too, a lot of times too, and I say this very, very carefully. There are times that guy or that person at the door is gonna lie to you, all right? And that's fine. Let them lie, okay? But you got to do step 1, all right? And one of the reasons why you want to go in these steps, especially step 1, and why step 1 is so important. Nobody on this planet buys anything or makes a decision to do anything unless they think they need to do it, right? And most of it's built on emotion, right? People purchase things based on emotion and then they justify it with logic, okay? But they mostly make decisions based on emotion. So if you do a full-blown roof inspection and you've got photos upon photos of hail damage, and you come down off that roof and you show a customer, sir, ma'am, your roof is destroyed, the next process is pretty simple. We just need to get your insurance company out here to come take a look at it. That doesn't do you any harm. It won't affect your insurance. It doesn't, you can't be penalized for doing that. You just need to file a claim and get them to come out here. Okay. And I say it just like that to customers. Now, pretend you're on the receiving end of that. You just saw a whole bunch of hell hits. You got a guy standing there showing you the hell hits. He's telling you, hey, you can't be penalized for doing this. You might as well get them out there. And this is step 2. Step 2 is getting the claim called in. Okay? You can't do step 3 without doing step 2. So you got to get them to at least call the claim. Well, my brother's a roofer. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get the insurance out here. Let your brother know that insurance is coming. Go ahead and call him and let him know. Okay? And that's just one example, right? There's a million rebuttals out there. I don't have time. I got to blah, 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 blah. Whatever the rebuttal is, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay? If you're the receiving end and you just saw all this hell and the guy's telling you all this stuff, you're going to feel pretty stupid if you don't do it. And trust me, people don't want to feel stupid. They don't want to feel dumb, right? So, and I'm not saying say it to them and try to make them feel stupid, but you got to say it to them in a sense that, hey, you'd be kind of dumb not to call them out here. Okay, you can't use those words. One of the things I like to tell people when I come off the roof, hey, there's some, the bad news is, yeah, you got some stuff going on up there. You got some hell hits, you got wind and hail damage, you got all of this stuff. Do you pay your premiums each month? Well, yeah, I pay my premiums. Awesome, it's already paid for. We just got to get them out here. They'll look at me sometimes, what do you mean it's already paid for? You pay your premiums each month. Your insurance company is responsible for fixing this. So it's already paid for. You just need to get it fixed. That's it. Now, there's a process that goes in there. We just need to get on the phone with your insurance company real quick. It takes about 15 minutes. Let's call them real quick. All right? And then get the adjuster out there. All right? Now, that's step 2, right? Step 1, you got to get on the roof. You got to get on the roof. You can't sell nothing unless they think they need it. Right? And remember, they're going to do it with emotion. And when I say emotion, you've got to be able to show these people, and you got to be careful how you do it. I've seen a lot of people come off the roof and they're all excited because they found hell. Well, the person living in the house is not real excited about that. So you can't come off the roof and be like, oh yeah, I found some hell, and be all pumped. You got to come off the roof and you got to tell them, hey, look, sir, ma'am, I know this is your home, but you do definitely have some wind and hail damage up there. Let's get the insurance company out here to take a look at it. It's already paid for. This is already paid for. You don't have to pay for any of this. It's already paid for. We just need to get them out here to take a good look at it real quick. Okay. And then you get the insurance company on the phone and they come out, right? You get the claim filed and all that good stuff. Now, the third step is the adjuster appointment. You got to be there for the adjuster meeting, okay? And this is exactly how you tell these people this. Look, ma'am, I do this mostly for marketing, mostly to put my name out there. I would like to be here when the adjuster gets here. That way I can show them all the things I found. Would that be okay? Of course they're going to say yes. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Great. Whenever we file this claim, they're going to call you. They're going to schedule a time to come out. I'm going to give you my card. This is my cell phone number. Shoot me a text message and let me know when that adjuster is going to be here. Step 3. Okay? So you got to do step 1 first. You got to do, no matter what the rebuttal is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter. If they have hail and wind damage on their roof, you got to get them out there. You got to get them out there. Okay? Now, they're not going to call their insurance company if they don't know they have wind and hail damage on their roof, right? Right. So no matter what the rebuttal is whenever you first knock on the door, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they don't know. They don't walk around on their roof, right? So the third part is the adjuster meeting. The adjuster meeting. Now, whenever you get to, you let them know, they're going to let you know you're going to meet them out there for the adjuster meeting, okay? Now, for me, whenever the adjuster comes out, now, I know a lot of roofing companies, and I know a lot of companies that I work for. In fact, the one I work for and help out a lot even now, they like to have some kind of an agreement signed, basically stating that you're giving us permission to work with your insurance company. Now, if you could get that thing signed, which I highly recommend you do, go ahead and get that thing signed, right? And the reason I'm saying that is it goes to my next point, all right? The adjuster comes out. he agrees with you, right? Because he's going to agree, yeah, there's hail damage on there. So when you come off the roof and he's telling the customer, hey, you've got wind and hail damage here, we're going to take care of your window screens, your gutters, your back patio, your fence, we're going to replace your entire roof, we're going to do all these things, all right? So after he gets done with that, now granted, no matter what the rebuttal is, now by this point, you may have such great trust with this customer that they've already decided they're going to use you. And that's great. 9 times out of 10, that happens. Okay, 9 times. But there's always that one. There's always that one that's kind of like, I need an estimate. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Well, that's fine. We'll get you an estimate, but we're going to send it to your insurance company too. So we'll just add you to the email. We have to send an estimate to them anyway. Okay, give me your email address. When we fire that estimate to them, we'll add you to the email. That way you can see it. Okay, now, whenever they're done, you can even tell them, you know, what I like to do, especially if they're that kind of that hard customer. It's like, I want an estimate, or I don't know, I haven't chosen one yet, or, you know, I want to use this guy, I want to do this. This is what I say, verbatim, all right? You know what, I've done a lot of work up to this point. Obviously, they agreed with me. I've been right about all this time. Would you give me a shot at it? Can you at least do me that favor? Can you just give me a shot at it? And if they say yes, awesome. They're going to send you guys some paperwork. They're going to send you an estimate, okay? It's the same 9 times out of 10. Every roofing company uses it too. It's called Xactimate. Every insurance company uses it. Most roofing companies uses it, okay? And I tell customers that we use the same program. We're going to come up with the same number, all right? They're going to send you that estimate. Whenever you get that estimate, call me. I'd like to sit down and go over it with you and make sure everything's on there, and I could show you what we can do for you. Would that be fair? Can we schedule a time to do that? Absolutely. Okay? And then whenever that time comes around, you sit down, you schedule, you show them what you could do, and you close them. You got to close them. All right? And whenever I get into a couple more videos, I'll show you guys some really cool ways to close people. But if you're 6 months into this, if you're 5 months into this, if you've been doing this for a little bit and you're missing deals and you're kind of giving up on some stuff, I'm telling you right now, what I just did, I've done it a million times, and it works every time, every single time. Okay, so watch these videos. Watch how this stuff happens. And one of the biggest reasons I'm making this video is I really, really want to change the persona of a door-to-door salesman, because this is a great profession. This is a wonderful profession. In fact, it should be a respectable profession. But unfortunately, there's been some goobers that's come along and really screwed it all up. All right. So it really is a great profession if you're honest, if you have good morals, if you have good character, then this is how you do it. Okay, this is how you go up and you do these things. Because if all of us did that, if every single one of us door-to-door salespeople did this thing, it would get rid of that bad persona that us door-to-door salesmen have. Okay, so just be honest with people. Just tell them the truth. Okay, now if you go back and watch my video, this video right here, you can't pick out one time where I tried to trick the customer. I told them the truth. Everything I said was true. Not one thing I just said that came out of my mouth was dishonest or immoral or out of character. If I go to that close and they decide to use someone else, I'm going to shake their hand and say, hey, hope we can be friends later down the road. If that guy makes you mad, just give me a call. I'll come through and I'll fix it for you. Okay? 9 times out of 10, it never happens. Not even 9 times, 100% of the time, that never happens. I always close it. Always. Okay? But I also always want to keep that customer in a very, very comfortable spot, okay? So recap real quick. There's 4 steps. You can't do step 2 without doing step 1. Remember that. So when you're going and door knocking, if it's one of these days where, hey, you're a little bit behind on leads, you don't have any leads, or you need to get some more stuff in your pipeline, you don't need to think about adding people to your pipeline. You need to think about, how many inspections can I do today? And how do I get on that roof? And no matter what the rebuttal is, no matter what the BS rebuttal that comes out flying out of their mouth, it doesn't matter. Sir, ma'am, it's free. I'm here. Might as well jump up there and take a look. You know, I have an uncle, I have a friend, I have a cousin, I have a this, I have a blah, 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 blah. I have this person that does this. Great. Awesome. It's always good to use somebody you trust. But you know what? Since I'm here, let me jump up there and take a look at it. Make sure that there's not any wind or hail damage up there. If there is, make sure you call your cousin, your friend, or whoever. Be sure you call them. I don't want them to call them. Hell, I'd like to go in and close with them. I'd like to compete with them. I mean, I hope they're better than me because that's why they trust those people. But I promise you, the job that I do for the customer that I have is going to be fantastic. They're going to love what we do for them. They're going to love the roof we put on for them. Okay, so it's worth it to me to do that, right? So you got to do step one before you do step two. And when you're going out, think about that. Think about that. Who gives a shit? There's no reason to get all huffy and puffy about somebody giving you some weak rebuttal. And you get all upset about it and you get all in the dumps. Oh, I don't need a new roof, or I'm not buying a new roof today. Well, I didn't say you were. I just need to look at it. You think they're going to say that when you come off the roof and you've got all these hell hits on your camera? That'd be pretty dumb, wouldn't it? You don't get penalized for calling your insurance company. You don't get penalized for asking an adjuster to come out and take a look. You might as well do it. Okay? So, and you can't do step three without doing step two, right? Adjuster's not going to come unless you call the claim in. Duh, right? You can't do step four without doing step three. If you don't go to the adjuster meeting, you can't schedule that close. You can't do it. It's impossible. All right? So I hope these training videos help you guys out. If you've been doing this a while, I hope these kinds of things, you take this into account. I hope you guys go out there and kill it every day. And remember, you're not in the roofing business. You're in the people business. You're out helping people, okay? Yes, we make money. I mean, obviously, why else would we get up in the morning and go to work? But if you take money out of the equation, if you take the greed out of the equation, and in your mind, you're going out and seeing how many people can I help today, I promise you, your numbers are going to go up. I promise you they are. And the money will take care of itself. The money, you will never go broke with that mentality. All right. I hope you guys keep killing it. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to continue to keep making these. Love you guys. Y'all have an awesome day. See you, bud.